My mother-in-law surprised me by saying, "I'm leaving with my son's new wife, so you'll take care of my husband from now on." It shocked me because it meant she was supporting her son's affair. It also seemed like my husband and mother-in-law planned to live with his mistress. But my father-in-law, who needs care due to his wheelchair, was left behind. Feeling torn between anger and responsibility, I couldn't abandon him. Just when I felt lost, my father-in-law suddenly stood up. "My name's Linda, and I'm turning 30 soon. I've been married to Tom for 3 years. At the start, we'd laugh over silly stuff daily, but lately our talks have dwindled. Is this what they call familiarity? We've moved from passionate love to craving stability. Our marriage is steady, but each day feels routine." About a year ago, Tom's overtime skyrocketed. He claims work got busier out of the blue. He never traveled for work before, but now he's gone every few months. Still, he provides for us, and I work too, so I'm not dwelling on him all the time. Sometimes he's home early, and we share dinner, filling the gaps. To outsiders, we might seem like a loveless couple, but that's not true. This is just how we are. To me, this is normal married life. One evening, I returned home from work to find my husband there, which was unusual since he never came back before 10 p.m. It was only 7 p.m. "Welcome home," he greeted me, making me wonder what was going on. "Tom, it's rare for you to be home this early. Did work finish early today?" I asked. He explained that his dad had an accident at work and was hospitalized, so he rushed home. I was shocked to hear about his father's accident. His car was hit by another running a red light, leaving him paralyzed in both legs and an arm. It was devastating news. My father-in-law, who loved outdoor activities like hiking and fishing, would now be confined to a wheelchair. He always treated me like his own daughter and offered help whenever needed. Seeing him in this condition was heartbreaking. My husband learned about his father's accident from his mother, since he works at a different company than his father. He seemed frustrated because he couldn't visit his dad right away. I was also deeply saddened by the news of my kind father-in-law's wheelchair-bound condition. But amidst the shock, my husband turned to me and said, "Linda, Mom needs a favor regarding Dad." "What does she need?" I asked. "She's asking if we can help take care of him together. Your mom's getting older. It might be tough for her alone, so she thinks we can assist together," he explained. "So we have to move in with your parents?" I questioned. "Yes, we do. There's enough space for us at their place. Is that okay?" I hesitated to answer. While I cared deeply for my father-in-law and loved him, agreeing to suddenly become his caregiver was daunting, considering I had no prior experience with it. I do care about my father-in-law, but I have a job. Being suddenly asked to become a caregiver leaves me unsure. I rack my brain for alternatives, but nothing seems feasible. He senses my hesitation and grasps my hand, pleading, "Linda, I know it's tough and new, but if we rely solely on Mom, she might struggle too. It's going to be hard." "I work too," I respond. "I want you to quit your job, Linda, and focus on caring for Dad alongside Mom. I'll handle our expenses." "Quit my job?" I'm taken aback. "Yes, I'll provide for us. Please, Dad in his wheelchair and Mom needing care. They both need your help." Tom kneels before me, pleading repeatedly. Seeing his desperate expression, it was tough for me to turn him down. So I followed his advice and quit my job to care for my father-in-law. As we settled into our new living arrangement, one evening during dinner, my husband suddenly stood up. He announced his plan to take over his father's company and become its president. My father-in-law appeared surprised but secretly pleased at his son's decision. With tears in his eyes, he addressed Tom. "I can't believe you're saying this. You always said you wouldn't work at my company." "Well, I was just hesitant before. But in this situation, I can't leave the company unattended, can I?" Tom responded. "Thank you," his father-in-law said sincerely. Concerned about the company's future, I contemplated leaving it to someone I trusted. When Tom expressed his willingness to take over, I felt reassured and agreed. "I knew you'd accept." "I'll do my best as a son," he promised. "Please do. Ensure a good working environment for my employees," I requested. "Of course," he assured me. With this understanding, Tom assumed the role of president while I became the chairman. Despite the traditional retirement connotations of the chairman position, there was still much work to be done. However, I soon realized that Tom was effectively running the entire company, leaving only my name behind. 2 months flew by since Tom became president. During this time, he started coming home late every night. Initially, I chalked it up to him adjusting to the new role, but it seemed odd to work overtime consistently for 2 months. Another reason for my growing suspicion was a particular smell he carried one evening when he returned. I found myself unable to sleep, waking up past midnight feeling thirsty. Hearing Tom enter, I greeted him and noticed the scent of soap on him. His reaction to seeing me was suspicious, quickly deflecting my comment about his late hours. "It's late. Are you still awake?" he asked. "Yes, I couldn't sleep," I replied. "You're still working late, Tom," I pointed out. "Oh, just leave it. Taking over Dad's business was sudden, and I'm struggling to grasp it all." "It's only been 2 months, so it's understandable," he explained defensively. "I'm heading to bed now. I'm exhausted," my husband announced, swiftly making his way to the bedroom, the scent of soap trailing behind him. Suddenly, I grabbed his arm, my tone firm. "Tom, who have you been working overtime with every day?" "What are you talking about all of a sudden?" he replied, clearly taken aback. "You smell like soap," I pointed out. "You're imagining things. I'm just working hard. Don't hassle me with troublesome questions," he retorted, irritation creeping into his voice. His defensive demeanor only heightened my unease. Tom noticed my persistence and sighed heavily. "I wish you'd stop. It's annoying to be interrogated as soon as I get home tired," he complained. "I didn't mean it like that. I was just curious," I explained. "Are you accusing me of cheating?" "I work hard every day so you can live comfortably," he shot back defensively. "I understand that, but if you have time for such suspicions, you could at least tidy up," I replied. "I don't have time for that," he snapped, stomping upstairs with deliberate noise. As my husband entered the bedroom, he turned away from me and buried himself in his smartphone. Despite my attempts to apologize, he completely ignored me. The following day, my mother-in-law, having been briefed by my husband about the previous night's events, approached me with a stern expression. "Linda, did you accuse Tom of cheating yesterday?" she demanded. "No, that's not true. I simply asked him who he was working overtime with," I clarified. "That's enough to cast doubt on him when Tom is working hard for your sake. Did you consider that?" she scolded. "Of course, I appreciate everything he does. I was just curious," I explained. "Your actions were out of line. What do you hope to achieve by making Tom uncomfortable?" "It's not how a wife should behave," she lectured, dumping all the housework on me before storming off. Despite her facade of sharing household chores, my mother-in-law doesn't hold me in high regard. In reality, I'm the one who handles all the housework and cares for my father-in-law during the day, while she conveniently finds reasons to be out until evening. My father-in-law, who spends most of his time in his room, remains unaware of my mother-in-law's frequent absences. He rarely ventures out except for occasional meetings with company representatives. Additionally, my mother-in-law has warned me, "Don't say anything strange to James and Tom." I felt the unfairness of her self-centeredness, but all I could do was silently attend to household chores and caregiving. However, what kept me going through such a mundane routine was largely my father-in-law's presence. Each time I assisted him, he expressed genuine remorse. "Linda, I'm sorry. I'm sure you dislike caring for an old man like me," he would say. "Don't worry about it. I consider you my real father. Helping you brings me joy," I reassured him. "I'm grateful that Tom married someone like you, Linda," he replied sincerely. "Despite all the trouble I've caused you with my care, you still speak so kindly to me." "I'm a lucky man, father-in-law," I expressed gratefully. "I'm also happy to have such a kind person as my father-in-law," I added. Despite the discomfort caused by my husband and mother-in-law's behavior on many days, I found the strength to carry on because of my father-in-law's appreciation for me. My nightly routine involved helping my father-in-law get ready for bed and turning off the lights. Today, as I completed my tasks and returned to the living room, I was surprised to find my husband, who usually wasn't home at this time, sitting beside my mother-in-law. They appeared to be engaged in conversation, with my husband sporting a smirk. Sensing trouble, I braced myself as my mother-in-law spoke up, saying something that exceeded my expectations. "Oh, Linda, perfect timing. We need to talk," she declared abruptly. "Please take care of James here for the rest of his life," my mother-in-law declared abruptly. "What do you mean?" I questioned, bewildered by her statement. "Tom and I have decided to move in with his new wife," she explained casually. "A new wife?" I exclaimed, stunned by her sudden revelation. What does that even mean? Why is Tom silent? I wondered aloud. Without a word, Tom handed me divorce papers. I'm seeing someone else now, and we're leaving with Mom, he announced bluntly. What? I gasped, struggling to comprehend. I'm packing up. You deal with the divorce papers, he added callously. Overwhelmed, I collapsed in shock as they packed their bags and left without a second glance. Tears streamed down my cheeks in the silent living room. Suddenly, my father-in-law rolled in on his wheelchair. Linda, what's happening? Why are you crying? He inquired, concerned. I recounted the events to him, his expression shifting from concern to anger. His eyes glinted with fury as he processed the situation. With unexpected strength, he rose from his wheelchair, his voice resonating powerfully. Let's fight back, Linda, my father-in-law declared with determination. But your legs, James, I hesitated, concerned about his mobility. I'm sorry for keeping it a secret. Actually, I've been able to walk for a while now. Don't worry, just leave everything to me. I'm ready, he assured me, revealing his hidden capability. From a drawer, he produced a large envelope, unveiling its contents to me. This is it, Linda, he said solemnly. Inside were numerous pieces of evidence documenting my husband's infidelity, alongside shocking evidence of my mother-in-law's involvement in extramarital affairs. According to my father-in-law, suspicions arose when Tom consistently left work on time, despite returning home well after midnight each night. Perplexed by this behavior, he tasked trusted employees to monitor Tom's activities. Through further investigation, it was revealed that both Tom and my mother-in-law were unfaithful. Remarkably, my father-in-law had even uncovered evidence suggesting my mother-in-law's awareness of Tom's affair, including incriminating photographs of the trio together. My father-in-law revealed that he had recently obtained the evidence and debated when to inform me. I know it's not right to say this, but I'm glad I could tell you. What do you want to do, Linda? He inquired. I can't tolerate this any longer. I want to fight back, I asserted. Understood. Leave the rest to me, he assured me. Shortly after, my father-in-law swiftly dialed a number on his phone, contacting someone from the company. As a result, my husband was ousted from his position as president. Following my father-in-law's guidance, I initiated divorce proceedings, leveraging the evidence of infidelity to demand a fair division of property from Tom. About a week later, Tom visited my parents-in-law's house, visibly outraged. He addressed me and my father-in-law sternly. Hey, Dad, what's all this about? How does infidelity relate to being ousted as president? Shut up. You neglected my care and caused Linda suffering. You were not ready to be president. I disown you. You are not welcome in this house, my father-in-law retorted firmly. Tom collapsed to his knees, tearfully pleading with me as I regarded him with disdain. Linda, I beg you. I'm willing to cancel the divorce. Please persuade Dad with me. I'll end things with the other woman if you drop the property division demand, he implored. Even in that moment, his concern remained solely focused on himself. His self-centeredness left me utterly disillusioned. To shake off the lingering gloom, I adopted a bold stance and declared, withdraw the divorce, do you hear me? What are you even saying now? I never wanted it in the first place. I'm relieved to be rid of someone like you. I won't ever return to you, he retorted coldly. So you filed for divorce? I asked, taken aback. Of course. Why should I remain married to someone like you? Your divorce and dismissal as president were entirely your own doing. You reap what you sow, he sneered. What are you talking about? Those divorce papers were just a bluff, I protested. I thought as much. You, your mother, your mistress. I hope you all suffer together. Don't expect any sympathy from me, I snapped, ushering him out and slamming the door shut. Tom's cries echoed from outside. Please help me. I was wrong. I don't want to lose you. Please forgive me, Linda. Dad, don't abandon me, he pleaded desperately. James and I remained silent, unmoved by his pleas. Upon learning of Tom's dismissal as president, his mistress wasted no time in evicting both him and his mother from their home. With no other options, they were compelled to reside in a budget motel for several days. Losing his job drained Tom and his mother's savings, leaving them struggling to make ends meet. They resorted to taking on day labor jobs, but their income was insufficient to cover even basic expenses. Unable to afford rent, they found themselves living hand-to-mouth and sinking into debt. Meanwhile, I continued caring for my father-in-law in his home even after the divorce. You're welcome to stay here as long as you need, he assured me. Grateful for his generosity, I opted to remain by his side. Recently, he started attending a senior daycare center, allowing me to work while he's away. Though challenges may arise in the future, I'm committed to doing everything in my power to support him.